Hey everyone, this is Ken, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial, guys, on a brand new 29 Minecart Station. Now, what's great about this, I wanted to make a whole new revamp on this and really simplify the design. Now, this does work on the console edition and Xbox, and it works on 1.13 Java edition, but with the latest snapshots on the Java, keep in mind there's a lot of bug issues with the Rails, and I will be putting my video on that in the description. I actually talk about it on a previous video, so check it out when you get a chance and you kind of know what I mean. But hopefully they'll fix that. Now, in front of you guys, you got this awesome selector panel, and on the left hand side you have the departure station. And what's cool about this, you'll always have a minecart ready right there. And if there's not anymore, you can always refill the station by adding some minecarts and just pressing that button on the left. Now, what we have here, guys, is this awesome selector panel that literally chooses the tracks that you pick back and forth. So you can choose whatever track you want. And the beauty about this, guys, is completely silent. And you can make this up to 29 carts, which is fantastic. So you have that variety. But if you want to make less, guys, feel free to kind of reduce this. I know everybody doesn't want 29 stations. But if you want to make just 10, 8, 7, whatever the case is, you have that flexibility. See? Now, for example, we're going to choose 18. Track 18. I want to show you exactly how this works. Now, once you jump in the minecart, all you have to do is press that button and the tracks will alter itself and go directly to number 18. See? Now the cool thing is you can actually return the same way you came from. So once you hit that button, right, you're going to go on the opposite side to the arrival station, or the arrival part of the station, and you're good to go. And the cool thing about this whole thing, the whole entire system resets the second you leave the station. Now, say you want to go to number 7. You jump in. As you can see, we're not going to go to the top part. We're going to go to the bottom area here. And it really changes very quickly, very silently. Now, say you actually hit the button by accident but didn't pick station. It's actually going to go right back to the arrival area. So you don't get lost, you don't go anywhere you're not supposed to, and it's really a nice safety issue, and you get automatically kicked off because we have that rail activator on the bottom. See? Which is perfect. So it's a very fully automated system. Now keep in mind, guys, this I want to show you how to make the largest scale on this, which is 29, which is a orange area. But keep in mind, if you want to make this smaller, just know that you will be needing an additional 4 blocks on each side of this. The orange will be your choice, and another 4 on the opposite end. So I really try to make this as symmetrical as possible to really simplify the entire build. And you have to dig about 3 blocks down from ground level. Now, starting from the orange area, guys, you're going to place a block right above it, like so, and extend that right across. Now that orange area represents the actual panel itself. So when you're setting this up, just keep that in mind. Now once you've done that, you're going to place a redstone dust right on top of each block right across. And in the middle, you're going to place a block right there. And you're going to place a block right on top and delete the one on the bottom like so, creating this actual L shape with a repeater going forward. And make sure you put that repeater on 3 ticks. Now you're going to extend these blocks right across. And once you get right over here, guys, you're going to have to do something quite differently. Place your block right there. And the redstone torch right underneath. And believe it or not, guys, that's going to be the reset system once you leave the actual station. Then you can extend these blocks parallel to the first ones you set. And you're going to place a redstone dust right across it, again, like you did previously. Perfect. Now we're going to go right back over here, guys. We're going to delete 1, 2, 3, and just place that right there. And add a straight line of redstone dust. Then leave a space, place your block right there with a redstone torch to activate that redstone dust and turn off the reset system. Now over here, guys, going to add another row of blocks like you did previously, right next to it. And going forward, guys, you're going to add 29 repeaters. Because like I said, we're going to be building the max size on this build. Now, right in front of you guys, you're going to add some blocks like so and extend that right across. Right in front of each repeater. And you're going to add another row of blocks on the side. And of course, extend that right across. Sorry about that. That was my phone. Now, at this point, you're going to place a block on top of that redstone dust with another block on top and a redstone lamp and a block on top of that. Now, this gets very repetitive, all right? So I'm going to do this one time, and all you have to do is repeat the design. Now, place a block right there with a repeater going forward, and put that repeater on 3 ticks, just like you did on the one on the bottom. Add a block in front of it. Then you're going to add a dropper facing forward and 1 dropper facing upwards. Then place a hopper on top on the left and a hopper going forward like so. Perfect. Once you've done that, add a comparator going forward. And inside that dropper where the comparator is at, add 1 piece of dirt. Okay. Then you're going to place a block right in front of the comparator. Redstone torch on top, a block on top of that, and a redstone torch in front of it facing the hopper. With a repeater on top of the hopper, a block in front of the repeater, and another block right there with a repeater going forward right there, and a block so that it can activate the redstone lamp. Okay, so make sure it's on 3 ticks. Make sure you have this set up, guys, because you're going to repeat this in this case, and place your button right there 29 times. All right, so once you got your button there, just repeat it right across each section here. And just pause the video at this point and just kind of take your time on this, because you really don't want to mess the timing up, as you can see. Now, once you have it all done, guys, it should look just like this. Everything all lit up, everything perfect the way it should be. It's pretty repetitive at this point. Now, the first thing you have to do is press that button 1 time, and it resets everything, and you're good to go. Now, starting with the first block here, guys, you're going to add a green block there, or block. I'm just going to color code everything, and you're going to extend that right across. But what you want to do is place a block in between, leaving a space like so, with a redstone dust, and that's going to control the first floor of minecarts, or of tracks. Now, I'll leave a space like so, place a redstone torch in between on that top part, and repeat that right across till you get to the other side. See, it's like right in between this. And on top, you're going to place a block on every single torch like so. And that's going to control the top section of the actual tracks. Now, right over here, place a block there and delete that and add another one going forward. And right over here, you're going to basically repeat this pattern right across each section till you get this kind of look. Then you're going to place a redstone dust there and a repeater going forward on each one. And just kind of repeat that right across from left to right. Perfect. Then place your block right there and extend it right across, parallel to that block. And of course, extend that right across to this block right there. Perfect. Now, at this point, guys, right on top of every single block of orange, you're going to add a piece of redstone dust right across. Leave that yellow empty, because I'll show you later on down the road why that's so important. And once you've done that, you're going to add a block in front of every comparator, like so. Fantastic. Now, once you've done that, guys, we're going to replace these blocks with some yellow, just kind of represent the actual reset mode. Add a repeater right there, and 4 pieces of redstone dust like so. Now, starting right over here in the center, guys, you're going to add a straight line of blocks going 1 block out from the orange. And in total, it should add up to exactly 29 blocks, or represent the blocks parallel to the panel that you're creating. So if you're making 18, it should be 18 blocks. Whatever the case is, it has to be parallel to the same size of the panel that you're creating for your station. Now, once you've done that, guys, you're going to put some more blocks on the side over here to add some more trimming. And we're going to add 2 more blocks on both ends over here. And you know what? We're going to add 2 more temporary blocks right there at the bottom, because we're going to make the arrival station. At this point, just kind of replicate this and extend this upwards. So you're making that little path that you enter from. You're going to do it on both sides. Because like I said, guys, this whole build is very symmetrical. Fantastic. Now, once you've done that, we're going to replace this block with purple. And we're going to extend this to your parallel to the actual dropper. See? That last dropper where the comparator's at. And you're going to go 1 block in. And we're going to extend this going backwards. Well, to the back of the build. I'm going to show you exactly where to bring it across. Don't bring it right here, but 1 right in front of it. So starting right there, you're going to extend this right across to the opposite side. Perfect. And starting here, guys, we're going to add that same block, extend that parallel to the dropper where the comparator is at. Add another block going inwards. And of course, you're going to connect that with that block right there. And that's going to be your first layer of tracks. Now, starting where that redstone dust is at, you're going to place a block right there, because that dust is going to activate the block, which in turn will activate and alter the regular rail to switch. So you can actually go towards that track. And extend this block right across to the other side. Perfect. Now, parallel to each redstone dust over here, guys, you're going to add a block right there and extend it forward to get right above the redstone dust. And of course, you're going to do that to each one. So pause the video, make sure you do that, and take your time on this. Fantastic. So you should have this kind of look at this point. See? Now for the top layer here, guys, you're going to add a piece of redstone dust on top of each orange block, because that's going to control the upper floors and the rails. And we're going to use pink concrete just to kind of represent the actual top floor. We're going to place a block there, another one on the side of it, and 1 where the redstone dust is at, and that's going to be our platform. So make sure you kind of repeat this exact pattern, this little L-shaped pattern, right across the entire board from one side to the other. See? Until you have this kind of look. Perfect. Like I said, that redstone dust is going to activate the block and in turn activate the regular rail. Now starting from the inside here, you're going to bring this up like so, creating this kind of staircase. And you can do that to each one, because that's parallel to the actual redstone dust on top. See? Now at this point, guys, like I said, pause the video, fill this up, and create this awesome little step case right across each section here. And once you've done that, you should have this look. Now starting from this point, guys, you're going to add 2 blocks, add 1 right on top of it, and we're going to go back and forth with that staircase pattern until you connect to that point right there. And whatever you do on one side, you will be doing on the other side. Now once again, add 2 more blocks right there, 1 on top, and this staircase kind of pattern again. Now we're going to get to the rails and the power rails. Now the best way and the easiest way to do this is place your power rails at an angle like so. Do not add any regular rails at this point. just place it in this pattern, back and forth, until you get this exact mix. Because once you place your rail, it's going to curve in the proper setting that it needs to be at. And that's going to indicate which side is an arrival and which side is a departure. Now, the departure side will be going out and towards this direction, into the arrival side. You get it? If it's going this way, if you depart from this point, you're obviously going to go in the first track that it turns to. So you don't want that. Otherwise, it kind of defeats the whole purpose. So if it's going out towards this way, that means it's going towards the arrival section. You see? Right over here. This will be the part that you arrive on, that you come to the station, not leave the station. See? So you're going to curve it like this. And of course, these rails here, you want it going straight into the arrival part. See? So just add that for now, but you should have this kind of look. I hope that kind of explained that. You know, if you have to rewind the video, go back a little bit, please do. Now, this kind of build in this direction, the rails are in our favor. So you're going to add some more power rails, curve it, and then bring it straight up to this point. And over here as well. Now, once you've done that, as you can see, guys, if you activate that block, you can see how the rail changes direction. We want it so that the first one it goes to is on the bottom, okay? Not like that. Depending if you're facing north, south, east, or west, that might change. So I'm going to show you two ways to definitely make sure that that is what's happening. Now that we figured out what's the reset towards this, place a repeater going towards the departure area. See? Which is this section right here on the left hand side. And that's going to activate that one rail to let it know if it's going to the top track or the bottom track. So we're going to add a redstone torch there, add a few blocks right over here like so, connecting it to that point, add a repeater, and some redstone dust, because that redstone torch is actually setting the rail in this exact format. You see? Now, if you're facing a different direction and is doing the complete opposite, let me show you exactly how to invert that. All you simply have to do is delete the repeater, add a block, delete the redstone dust, add a redstone torch, and that would invert this to the opposite direction. See? But if you're facing other directions, you want it to go the other way, not this way. So add your redstone dust and repeater back to his location. And you got to make sure it looks just like that. Perfect. Now, starting from this point here, guys, where the yellow's at, you're going to add a rail detector. That's going to activate that redstone dust underneath. So once you leave the track area, it resets the panel itself. And at this point, guys, you're just going to add some power rails, and keep in mind, depending on the direction, this is either going to be, you might have to be a little more creative on how to place the rails, because sometimes they either might work with each other or start, becoming a real pain in the butt. You don't want that. So just place each one at a time before you place the other ones, and you should get this kind of look. Now, once again, like we did downstairs, well, on the first floor, just place the regular rails. See? In between, like so. Because the last thing you're going to place is the regular rails. So place your power rails. And then once you place the regular rails, it will naturally turn in the direction they're supposed to. So you don't have to figure nothing out. You don't have to put them in the wrong, the incorrect way. They'll do it, trust me. Perfect. So they're all going towards the arrival direction. So when they come from the departure, you're good to go. Now this is the arrival side. We're going to set this up like so by adding a few blocks, going about 2 blocks in, deleting that block right there, adding 1, 2 blocks like so, and leaving that empty. That's the return for the minecart. Now you're going to place a regular rail, a rail activator, and a rail detector right there. Then you're going to add 2 more blocks, and I personally like to add a slab right over here, just to prevent anybody from walking in there or anything kind of going through. Just kind of add a little more security. Now you're going to add a few more blocks right here and kind of extend this upwards. and another row in the back here just to make this a little more neat. And you're going to add a pillar right there in that corner. Of course, extend this all up, guys. Now, in all honesty, you could really redesign this to your personal style if you have one, and just kind of make it your own. I'm just showing a little way of how to kind of decorate this and modify this so that it could just look nice and have this awesome feel, you see? What I like to do, guys, I like to add some blocks on the inside here just so that it looks a little more flush. You don't see what's happening underneath, and it just looks so much neater. Now you're going to place a green block right there and extend it forward. That's going to send the minecart back to the front station. I'm going to show you how. Now right here in the front, guys, you're going to go about 2 blocks in. 1, 2, and place a dropper right there. Another dropper on top of it, and this is where it changes, a dispenser on the last one. So make sure it's in that format, otherwise it won't work properly. Then you're going to place a block right there, a comparator going forward, a block in front of it. Make sure the comparator is on subtract mode, and a block on the side of it with 3 pieces of redstone dust. Then you're going to add a repeater right there on top of the blocks, and above the comparator place a block, and make sure those repeaters are on 4 ticks. Now right over here, place a block and another block like so with a redstone torch and 2 pieces of redstone dust on top of it, and a block right there with another piece of redstone dust, and that's going to activate the repeaters. Then we're going to place 1, 2, 3, and 4 hoppers like so, and a piece of sand right there. And at this point, guys, you're going to place the block there and extend that to the arrival station. You see how that all connected? Perfect. Now at this point, guys, we're going to place a cactus on top of the sand, and you're going to get your power rails, place it right there, and extend that all the way to the arrival side. And there you have it, guys. That's exactly how the minecart is going to return to its proper place with no headaches. And don't forget, guys, to make sure you activate and power all your power rails within the station, especially the ones we placed earlier. Please do. Now we're going to place another block right there like so, guys. And what we're going to create here is, well, got to place 2 power rails, a regular rail, and 1 more power right there. And don't forget that button on the side to activate the whole entire minecart system. Now, like I said earlier, guys, we're going to place a hopper right there and a dropper with another hopper and a chest like so. And all we're simply going to do at this point is replicate the arrival style on this side as well. So place a few blocks again and extend that right here to the side. And we're going to bring this up, guys. And like I said, it's a simple replica of the right hand side, of the arrival side. That's all it is. See? You can add your blocks on the inside and really hook this up. And don't forget to add your floors right across at this point. See? Perfect. Now, guys, I made a slight little mistake. Just delete this and just kind of move this 1 block to the right. So all you have to do is place a hopper instead of there. You're going to place it here, not there, here on the side with a dropper and a hopper. Add your chest. And let me just fix this up real quick. Let's add some blocks right there, and that was it. And on the side, you're going to add your pillar. And what I did here was simply just kind of extend the pillar 1 block up and wrap it right around. Right until I connect it to the other side. And at this point, guys, you could really style this to your likings and just personalize it. Really make it your own design and just add your own flair to it. Perfect. Don't forget to power those rails and let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember to please leave a comment and to click that subscribe button if you want to join. Thank you.